Hey everybody!
What's up, y'all?
Today we're going to be making some flavorful burgers.
Yum!
And we're also going to be making some of the best sweet potato fries I've ever had.
I agree. They're very good, y'all.
Thank you so much for watching our video. Please consider leaving a like and hitting the subscribe button for us. Alright, let's get started.
Okay, so these burgers we're going to be making today are going to be so good. And to make those burgers, we're going to be using an 80-20 mix of our ground beef chuck. It's 80% lean and 20% fat. It's a good balance for a good burger. And we're going to be using some garlic powder, some Lari seasoned salt. We also have some Kinder's buttery burger blend. Very good on burgers. If you haven't tried it, you should try this. It's very good. And we have some green leaf lettuce, some bacon, and I'm going to be caramelizing this yellow onion here. This red onion, we're going to leave this one raw. I'm going to just slice it and put it right on our burger. And we have a tomato here. And we also have some delicious bread and butter chips. These are so good. And we have some sliced mild cheddar cheese and some pepper jack cheese. And our burgers are going to go on our brioche buns. Now, on top of our burgers, we're going to be making the sauce. It's going to be combining ketchup, W sauce as I call it, some sriracha, some Cajun seasoning, just like your mama, and some relish as well as Miracle Whip. We're going to combine that to make our sauce. And to go along with our burgers, we're going to make a side of sweet potato fries. And we're going to season those with a little bit of kosher salt and some of our Cajun seasoning. All right, those are our ingredients, and as usual, all of our ingredients, the exact measurements, will be listed below the video in the description. All right, with that being said, let's get started. Okay, so I'm going to start by cutting up my onion. This is a sweet onion, and it actually pairs well with the red onion that we're going to be using. We decided not to use this entire onion. We're just going to use a small amount of this onion along with the red onion and caramelize those two together instead of just this onion by itself. And we decided to leave the red onions raw as well. So that turned out good. Now I just love onions on a burger. I think they complement burgers really well. And I don't care how you make an onion. You can grill it on the grill, put it in the skillet, leave it raw. I just love the taste of onions on burgers.
Yeah, onions are really good on burgers.
Yeah, on burgers or anything else that you put them in. They just make their own statement. And I love these red onions. These red onions taste great in salads, on burgers. They even taste good on like a cold cut sandwich with tomato. They just taste really good on whatever you use them in, I think. So, but what do you say about the color of the red onion? Why are they called red onions?
Yeah, they're clearly purple.
Oh my goodness.
Does somebody know the background to that?
Let us know.
Please.
Yeah, so that's an interesting point. Now I'm going to be using thick cut bacon in our burgers today. Now there's other types of bacon you can use. You can use turkey bacon as well if you wanted to, or you don't have to use thick cut. You can just use whatever cut you like. And I'm going to be using a press on my bacon because I don't like bacon to curl up. If I'm going to put it on a burger, I like to leave it flat and get a good crisp on it. So when you bite the burger, the bacon just doesn't slide off. Sometimes if your bacon is not crispy enough, if you take a bite of the burger, it won't break and it'll just slide off the burger. But this way, if you get it nice and flat and get a good crisp on it, when you break it, when you bite it, it'll just, it'll cooperate basically. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get this cooked up, and you'll see here in a minute. I'm just gonna brown it so it's just the right brownness. I know sometimes people will cook bacon and parts of it won't be done, and this is another way. If you flatten it like this, the entire piece of bacon cooks exactly the same. That's another good thing about putting a press on your bacon when you cook it. You'll get an even browning on your bacon. As you can see, they all look about the same because of how we pressed it down. I'm just going to show you here the brownness that I'm looking for. There you go.
That is tasty.
Yeah, I'm just going to get these off out of this pan and drain on a paper towel to catch some of the oil on there.
Well, I'm starting on the sauce for our burgers, like the just a burger sauce, and that was about maybe 3 tablespoons of Miracle Whip. You can use Mayo. We just like the sweetness from Miracle Whip. And then that was some ketchup and Sriracha. And this is, we call it W sauce because
right.
we can't pronounce the Worcestershire. And then I also added in just a little bit of Cajun seasoning and some sweet relish.
Yes.
And I'm going to mix this up. This was really good.
We need to bottle this and sell it.
Right.
Because it was just that good. My husband tasted this and he was like, man, this is so good. Yeah, it was good.
But like I said, you can use Mayo. You can leave stuff out. However you want to make your sauce. You don't even have to have a burger sauce. You can just have Mayo or whatever on your burgers. But if you do, this is good. The consistency, you're going for, you want it to be kind of thick so you can spread it on the burger. And you don't want it to be too thin because it'll just run all over the place.
Right. And she doesn't like messy burgers.
I don't. So we have, alright, we're making our burgers right now. And we're going to use this press method. I'm pressing it on this pan because you can make your burgers flatter by not doing it in your hand. If I was just making some burgers for just, whatever, just for some lunch or something, I would have made them maybe in my hand and not put too much thought into it, but I wanted the burgers to look nice and try to make them a little bit bigger, so I flattened them out on the pan so I could make them bigger. And I'm actually going to make a burger that has cheese on the inside of it, and that process is basically the same as this. I just separate that meat that I am going to make the burger with into 2 and press those flat, then put a piece of cheese in the middle and then seal the edges up.
Yeah, now this is just a pound of meat, so we're gonna divide this out evenly, so to speak, so as much as we can.
And we'll probably do other burgers on our channel, like grilled or smash burgers,
turkey burgers.
Yes.
Yeah.
But this is just what we're starting with.
Yeah, we like to try different methods and different recipes. We're going to have so much fun on this channel. I'm looking forward to all the different recipes we're going to be doing.
And sometimes when I make burgers, I season the burger meat. My mom actually has a really good burger recipe for, just grilled burgers. We season the meat and then, mix it together and then just patty them and then cook them. But this one is just, the raw meat.
Yeah, and my son has a recipe too that I definitely going to share. We were going to do that with this, but we actually forgot. Well, sometimes we get rushing and we're at the store, we buy things, and we're like, oh wait, we're supposed to do that recipe today, but that's okay. We can still make that in the future, or we may even have him come on and make it.
That'd be a good idea.
Yeah, let's look into that.
Okay. So finishing pattying the burgers and everything, I've gotten the shape I want. I'm spraying our skillet with some non-stick cooking spray. And when we put the patties in the pan, we just press them down for 10 seconds. I've heard that helps with making a nice crust on your burgers and getting that look that you want. So just press it down. You don't have to do that if you don't want to, but press it down for just a little bit, and then once the burgers are they've started cooking, and in the middle of the cooking process, I wouldn't squish them anymore, because you might lose the juices that are in the burger when you do that. But I seasoned these. I actually ended up adding some onion powder. I know we didn't mention that in the ingredients, but onion powder is the only thing different that I added. And I should have put on the W sauce first instead of putting it on after the seasonings, because you don't want to wash away your seasonings. That's why I kind of tried to put it on the outside of the burger, but it was so good.
Yeah, it worked out good anyway.
So while these burgers were cooking and getting situated in the pan, I preheated our air fryer because I made the sweet potatoes in the air fryer this time, which were great. I'm never gonna make them any other way ever again in life.
Man.
But I just preheated at 260 for about 5 minutes just to get it hot, and my potatoes were peeled and just cut into, you know, fry size. And you can kind of however you want to. I wonder how potatoes taste like this.
Probably good. We'll have to try it and let y'all know on the video.
Right.
We'll do another recipe.
So my burgers, I flipped that one burger too early, so I just let it chill out until I flipped it again. But my other burgers have made a nice crust. They look brown, so I flipped them, and I'm seasoning the other side with the same seasonings. And once I do that, I start, you know, cooking the sweet potato fries.
Yeah, that's a good thing about timing your meals when you make them. It's good to cook things so they get done around the same time. So your burgers don't sit there getting cold while your fries are, you know, you're just getting ready to put your fries in. Right. So it's a good thing to try and time everything to have your food get done at the same time. I'm really big on that in the kitchen.
Yeah.
I believe in that.
I've gotten better at that as I've gotten older. I still need a little practice on that.
That's true. That's true.
So
I've gotten a lot better, girl.
Thank you.
Okay.
I seasoned the fries. I tossed them in some grapeseed oil, and I tossed them in kosher salt and a little bit of that Cajun seasoning, which worked out really good on the fries, because at first I thought the spice from the seasoning might throw it off a little bit, but you really couldn't even taste it. It depends on how much you use.
Just a hint of the spice, which is good, because I don't like spicy fries either, but that Cajun seasoning was on point.
Yeah,
that was a good choice for that.
And I feel like spice could like really ruin something. If it's too much, it could just be overwhelming.
Exactly.
But I put those in there for about 10 minutes, and at the 5-minute mark, I'm gonna take them out and shake them. Yeah, so this is the 5-minute mark. I took them out, shook them a little bit, and I'm actually gonna use some olive oil spray to just re-moisten them, I guess you could say, because that grapeseed oil, the little bit that I did put on there, kind of cooked off during the cooking process, so to keep them from burning or just not, you know, turning out good, I just sprayed them a little bit, and then I put them back in for 5 more minutes. And depending on how you cut your fries, like if you have all sorts of shapes and not the same size, like some are way bigger than others, then your cooking times will, you know, will vary, and other fries will be burnt and some will just not even be done. So just keep that in mind where you're cutting them up.
Yeah, that's very important.
So our burgers are close to done, so we're gonna start putting our cheeses on them. We put on mild cheddar and pepper jack.
I like these two choices
of
cheeses together. I also like white American cheese, or what's the other cheese that we like? I love Gouda cheese. Gouda. Yeah, Gouda is Gouda. But yeah, I love that cheese as well. So there's lots of different kinds of cheese. You can put 1 slice, you can put 2, or whatever you want to do.
Yeah, so American cheese definitely melts the best when you when you're making burgers. I know it's not necessarily real cheese or whatever, but it tastes the best on burgers in my opinion. So the sweet potato fries are done.
Look how good those look.
Yes, they do look good. The other ones that cooked, they looked a little bit darker than those.
Yeah, they crisped. The edges got a little bit dark, but they still tasted just
they all
as
tasted
good.
the same. They didn't have a burnt taste at all.
At all.
But I think it's just because the air fryer just, you know, it's just hot, you know.
Girl, this air fryer is no joke.
Right.
I'm telling you, I said that before. This air fryer is not playing around. I met my match for sure.
So we're gonna start toasting our buns, because I believe we took our burgers off at this point. So this is just a little bit of butter, and our stove has a little griddle part in the middle of it. I'm sure you've seen stoves that have that.
Very convenient.
So we're just using that to toast our buns. You want a good amount of butter on there. I actually end up putting more than that.
You can use a skillet if you want, or whatever. You have a toaster. A griddle pan. You can do this as well. You don't have to have this.
Right.
So.
And I've also seen people toast their buns with like oil. You don't have to use butter either, but
Right.
and people have used mayo in the past. I like that specifically on grilled cheese sandwiches instead of using butter on the bread. I use mayo, but anyway.
Or you can put them in the oven at the broiler and broil them for a few seconds too, to get the same brownness on them. So
you don't want them to be too done, so make sure you keep an eye on them and stay close to them, so you don't burn them, because you don't want your bread to be crunchy. But I mean, unless that's you, unless you like that, I understand.
Right.
But this is just how brown we wanted our buns.
Yeah, these brioche buns are they're so soft you can barely pick them up, especially when they're hot.
Right. That's why you see me picking them up with the spatula and then just flipping them into my hand, because they weren't all that hot. I could have picked them up, but I didn't want to mess up the shape of the buns.
Man, that top bun is just like soft, it's like a pillow. So here are all our toppings. Yep, they turned out so good.
I love that little dish that we have them in. Great for parties.
It is.
So now we're building the burgers. You can build your burgers however you want to, of course. This is just how, the order that we did it in. We put a little bit of the burger sauce on the bottom bun and some lettuce. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, you just put it however you want to do it. We started with the sauce and then the lettuce, and then some people don't even like lettuce. I know some people are funny about lettuce on their burgers. They don't like it at all. Or tomato. So like we said, you build it however you want to build it. You don't have to put any of this on here. You can put ketchup and mustard if you want to.
Yeah.
I don't do ketchup and mustard on the burger, but a lot of people do. So at this point, do however you want to, along of course with whatever seasons you want to use. So we're just showing you the way we did it. So there's tons of ways to make a good burger. So in the future, of course, like we said, we'll do other recipes too, to show you different ways to make burgers.
Yeah. And the pickles, guys, let's just have a little mini conversation on pickles. You just have to. Please just try the pickles.
Let us know. Let us know what y'all think.
Because I know some people will be like, oh, they're sweet. Ew, that's not going to be good.
I'm telling you,
Never judge a book by its cover.
Just try it one time and you'll see these pickles right here. We'll have the description down below. We'll let you know what kind they are so you can go try them for yourself.
They taste really good on cold cut sandwiches, but they taste even better on burgers.
And you see how this bacon is nice and flat and it's brown. They look the same. And so, some of the edges have a little crisp on them, which is even more flavor, which worked out great. And this is how we think the bacon should be on a burger. And it's nice and crispy, but it's not overcooked.
And it's not curly.
Right. It's not curly. And when you bite that burger, it's going to break and you'll get pieces instead of just one long piece of bacon that slides out on the burger. So.
And you don't have to put anything on the top bun if you don't want to, because there's some at the bottom, but we just want to because, saucy. I'm not a big fan of messy burgers, so that's why we kind of kept it to a reasonable amount. But
some people love a lot of sauce. But yeah,
these burgers turned out really good, guys. So if you enjoyed the video, make sure you leave a like, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you'll be notified whenever we post a video.
Yeah, these are some of the best burgers we've made at home.
Yes.
Yeah, makes me not want to go out and buy more burgers, for sure. And we can make them even better. So that's what we're going to try and just continue to make the recipe better and better.
Yeah.
So.
All right, guys.
Thank you for your support.
See y'all later.
Appreciate you guys for watching.